Brothers and sister, peace be with you. My name is Alicio Hernandez, and with me is go ahead and present yourself. What's your name?
My name is Jonathan Mendoza. Peace be with you, brother. Eliseo.
Thank you, man. Peace be with you too, man. And brother, let's talk about a little bit of ourselves, right? I want you to go ahead and say where you're from, what location of the church you're from, where were you born. I guess you can just give an introduction of yourself, right? Tell us who you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, as you know, my name is Jonathan Mendoza. I am from the beautiful city of Huntington Beach, and my location, the church I assist, is in Oceanside, California. It's in um, the county of San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the last question, brother?
Where you grew up? Like, what city did you? Were you born or? Oh yeah,
I
and
was,
then
I was
yeah.
oh, well, in Huntington Beach. So I live 10 minutes away from the beach, so it's very convenient for
Oh,
me.
okay, nice, nice. And then you were also born there, right?
Yes, I was born here.
Nice.
Mhm.
And then good thing you didn't have to move a lot, right? Like other people, like I guess we're kind of used to like moving other different cities and stuff like that. Like it's really hard, and good thing you didn't have to go through that. Well,
Yeah,
brother,
I mean,
yeah. And
yeah, but I mean, what about you, brother Eliseo? I know that you're a man of many places. Where were you born?
well,
The change you give that the questions. I change the subject
right,
the
right.
or the question to who it is.
Yeah, all right. Well, brothers and sisters, my name is Alicio. You guys heard that. Right now, I'm living in the town of Salt Lake City. That's the location where my church is also at. My date of birth, I guess you guys can figure it out. Maybe. Right now, I'm 26 years old, and I was born in San Fernando. I'm pretty sure. I think that's the county. I think that's what it's called, or maybe if correct me if I'm wrong, right? But I'm pretty sure my birth town was somewhere around San Diego Valley. There we go. And then and the city that I grew up, I grew up in a lot of cities. I can say that that my childhood was in Kansas City, and my you can say what's the other part? The teenager age. I grew up in Washington State, and right now, well, I'm living here in Salt Lake City. And brothers and sisters, well, that's right now about me. I know you guys heard that I've been moving around a lot, but I'm just trying to figure out where I want to stay, right? Because I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't want to say that, oh, yeah, I'm going to stay here in Salt Lake City, but I also want to, like, maybe go visit you guys too, right? What if you guys are on the East Coast and I maybe like it over there? Like, what? I mean, I want to see what's going on, you know? So that's why you guys maybe gonna see me around a lot.
You can't put a label on our brother Eliseo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's a man of many cultures.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm doing, brothers and sisters. Don't worry if I come to your church and you're like, hey, what are you doing here now? Like I'm doing something, you know. Like hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, I look for a place to settle, right? And well, brother, we have a couple of questions that maybe we can get in a way our brothers can actually be interested in, right? What are some challenges? I guess we're gonna talk about it, right? What do you think that are some challenges that we can face as a young adult or a young person, you know, or a teenager?
The
What?
youth.
Yeah, the youth. Like, what's something that we can probably have a challenge on?
I think there's a lot of challenges. Uh, there's a lot of challenges. I think for me as I think it's because the thing is that there's like different ages now.
Mm-hmm.
There's like teenagers, and then young adults like me. I think I'm a young adult. But then
Yeah.
there's also teenagers that are going like through a whole different thing that I honestly don't. I probably don't understand that. Well, I kind of understand, but it's like it's a whole different generation.
Yeah.
But for me, I think like my generation, some problems would be like making money. um, like working on Saturdays, being having questions that are not sometimes not discussed in church,
Yeah.
like talking about, for example, the issues that are going on in the world, whether it's abortion, whether it's issues on homosexuality, and all these different topics that are kind of controversial. But I think the youth has questions on it,
Yeah.
and I think it poses a challenge. It poses a challenge on them because the media or the news outlets or social media, they give them a like they're asking they're looking for they're asking a question. No, it's like the youth is
Mm-hmm.
asking for a question, and they look for the answers in social media. And the media, what is the media going to tell them? Oh, that it's okay. It's okay to have abortions are okay. Like they give them or they influence them to think a certain way, that sometimes can um, get them away from or challenge them or have them question the church, have them question our religion, have them question God in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. What do you think, Brother Lisa?
Well, I also agree with you, brother Jonathan, about like they're in a way they're kind of called taboo topics, right? They're topics
Tabu.
about they're topics that maybe they're not mentioned enough in church, and to be honest, like if you actually look in the Bible, they are kind of mentioned there too, but it's not like really there, like it's in a way some people could even say like it's not even biblical sometimes, but these topics in a way they are mentioned in the Bible, but we just have to like look through it more deeper. um
That, yeah.
so and then my other thing that I could probably say is just like for example, I guess we kind of get distracted a lot in our world now that our world is kind of shifting to a digital age or information, kind of, or I think that's what our age is called right now, right? The information age, where everything just comes in really fast. Anything that we hear from another country, like we know it by in a couple seconds. So that's one of the things that I feel like in this day and age right now we're kind of facing those distractions that, for example, you guys kind of know, like for example, I guess I can name it, right? Like TikTok. That's really a platform where right now it's just videos, and in a way it stimulates us to keep watching them, and it kind of they interact with us and stuff like that. That's really distracting for us, and it doesn't let us go back to the old ways, like reading books and actually going outside, like right now, maybe we don't even go much outside no more because we're just at home, like playing our video games or on our laptops or our phones, right? Even our phones are just everything in one now. So that's one of the things that I feel like that's what the challenges that we face today, and yeah. So I don't know if there's something else we can add. I feel like that's just my opinion, and that's you have
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's very that's a good thing. I think I would like for me, I would kind of side with technology because uh, I kind of use technology a lot and I use it a lot.
No, and
I
it's
think it,
yeah, and it's not bad. It's not bad to use it. It's just
yeah.
it's just that maybe we have to learn how to use it better. Like for
So the reason I don't have TikTok on my phone is because if honestly, if I had a TikTok, I would spend hours on it because I think it would be so
yeah.
stimulating and things like that. So I mean, yeah, I try to like not going too much. I think I am too much on Instagram. I
Yeah.
like just watching like videos, funny videos and things like that.
Yeah.
But I kind of have to put myself a limit so like to not distract myself as much.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I think in a way that could kind of challenge the youth to like be overstimulated and like
Yeah.
want to be are more interested in those things than like things about church and
Exactly. Yeah.
uh, and the things that we might be doing on a Saturday or any other day. Yeah.
Yeah, and you kind of say, in a way, you kind of saying the same thing too. Like sometimes we're getting so much information from these platforms now. Like for example, like these taboo topics, like they're kind of figuring it out for us now. Like it's like we don't even have to go to church anymore to learn these because we're kind of already figuring out how other people say it or other opinions, you know. So
And I think that's something that the church, that we, especially we as obreros or
yeah.
part of the sphere of the church, me
Mm-hmm.
and you, that we know
Yeah.
that these things are happening in our youth.
Yeah.
I think that's something that we should try to address,
A little bit
to our
better,
youth,
huh?
talking
Yeah.
about yes, talking about these taboo topics
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
them
Yeah. That's
because
true.
they're asking they're looking for answers, and if they don't find it in church, they're gonna go find it like elsewhere. So might as well try us to try to respond these or have these answers for them as well.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right, man. So let's keep going then. Let's go ahead and let's keep just motivating ourselves. Like if we feel kind of we're falling behind, well, let's help each other out, right? Like let's keep going. So let's see. There's another question, right? It says, why shouldn't youth turn away from God? And you kind of talked about it already in Spanish, right? But go ahead and tell us now in English, like in your words. I like the way you said it, so I want you to answer this question.
The why shouldn't the youth? What was the question again? Sorry.
Yeah, why shouldn't the youth turn away from God? Like as a
Um,
youth person, why shouldn't it be a good idea for that person to, like, if they already know about God, but now what would be something, or why shouldn't they turn away? Like if they're deciding to turn away.
uh, uh, as I mentioned in the other one, hopefully
Mm-hmm.
I kind of go towards the same thing. Um, I think it's the best thing to do for us, especially as young as we are, as the youth.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of our in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1 says
Mm-hmm.
that you should remember about your Creator and the days of your youth, of your young age, because
Mm-hmm.
that's when you have your strength. That's when you have more possibilities, more opportunities to serve God. When you're old, those opportunities, you might have a family already. You might not have the same strength, the same motivation.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be limited in serving God, and you're going to regret it. So I think right now that we have the opportunity to get closer to God, and if the youth knows about God, I think whoever's listening to us right now is a member of church, and if you're listening to us and you know about God, might as well get closer to Him.
Yeah.
Um, there's no other um, pathway to. I think there's no other better option. I think this is the best option that we have.
That's
Um,
true.
I also mentioned James, and which says that if you have faith, you got to demonstrate it with your actions. So, for example, and it mentions that you might say that you believe in God. Well, the demons also believe in God, but
Mm-hmm.
so you got to demonstrate it. You got to show with actions. You got to show that commitment that you're with God, and God is gonna be with you, show you and give you those the benefits, right?
Yeah.
The blessings. Psalm chapter 9, where it says that when you're with God, you're gonna have a lot of it's something beautiful where you're gonna be under the the mercy of Him. You're gonna be under His.
His wing.
He's gonna be by your side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true, man. So, I mean, there's so many things that, like, I mean, I just like the way that you say, like saying how right now it's a good time because we have all this strength, because later on in life we're gonna lose that strength. I mean, it's also biblical, and it mentions it, and so why not give everything right now when it's we're 20 years old, like it's not a bad age to get started. You know, like even I mean I have so many other ideas, but I feel like it's not a good idea to mention it here. You guys can cut that out. But yeah, so let's just stop there. You know, for that. I mean, there's a lot of things that we can mention, but like for example, now let's talk about like obviously like we're not perfect human beings. You know, so what's something that you would do? You know, like or what's some I'll also mention mine. Like, what do you do when you feel far away from God? Like, what is one of the things that you do?
Uh, when I'm far away from God, or I feel like I haven't been like the best son of God.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
the Bible mentions a lot about like different personality or different people, different uh, people that like David, Saul, which I
Mm-hmm.
won't. They had a moment where they got away from God, like they turned away from Him, but they showed two different outcomes.
Mm-hmm.
Saul, when he turned away from God, he made it even worse, and turning away from God, he made excuses. He's like, oh, you know what? The people made me do this, or it was for God. He tried looking for excuses. He's like, I'm not doing anything wrong. Um, but with David, on the other hand, when he made a mistake, when he turned away from God in a way,
Mm-hmm.
um, he recognized the moment he realized that it was a mistake. He didn't try to make excuses. He recognized that, and he accepted any punishment from God. And he's like, you know what, I'm sorry. And he tried to get closer to Him. He tried
Mm-hmm.
to find a way to get closer to Him before it was too late. And I think that's something I try to um, also do when I feel like I'm getting away from God, or I'm slipping away, or I'm not being the best son. I think through prayer is very it's something that's very important. Confess to God that, you know what, God, at the moment I feel like I'm not doing the best. Give me the strength, help me out,
Mm-hmm.
find a solution to this. Give me the strength to continue in your path, and let me get back on track, and the things that I think that I want to do for you.
Yeah.
And
That's a
uh,
good point. Like that's kind of similar what my opinion is, you know, or my sorry, and that's kind of similar to what I think too, you know, like or what I do. So basically, if I feel far away from God, I always try to look the reason why, you know, what's the reason why I feel like this, you know. It can be maybe I'm doing something wrong, I'm not doing something right, you know, like maybe I'm not, like for example, even not even coming to church early, like being late to church. That's one of the things that maybe you kind of feel like, you know, that's wrong, you know, like maybe I should wake up more early, or maybe not sleep that late, you know, because like this is like in a way we have to take care of ourselves, you know, to actually get our 8 hours. I mean, that's what they recommend, obviously. I mean, it's different for everyone, but if you already know yourself, you know, you always look for those solutions to make sure you fulfill God's voluntad. ¿Cómo se dice? God's will, right?
uh,
Yeah,
Will.
yeah. So that's the thing that I would do. You know, if I feel, and obviously going to prayer is the best. I mean, weapon that we have, right, against any evil force that's out there. I mean, that's one of the things that if we feel like maybe if it's even like an evil force, we can, I mean, make tell God to, hey, can you help me overcome this? You know, overcome
It's an
this
obstacle, temptation.
exactly. So that's one of the thing that I do. That if I feel far, look for the solution. You know, and that's just me and my no, my philosophy, right? To if there's something wrong, always look for a solution. I mean, there's always gonna be things wrong in our lives. We just have to look for the solution and try to resolve it. You know, like never leave it just like that, and then wait for it to get bigger. Obviously, right? And so
Yeah.
that's one of the things that I do in my person, you know, and hopefully these things that even our brother Jonathan mentioned. I mean, hopefully this is also applies to you. You know, maybe you guys could get our ideas and actually in a way like you guys also take it for yourselves. You know, if you guys feel like that. I mean, we talked about how what are the challenges that we have. I mean, that's also hopefully it's something that you guys got we can help you with. You know, and I mean one of the things that we also do in our church is that we also encourage you guys to actually talk to people that, for example, our brother Jonathan, you know, he's a teen. He's your age, you know, maybe, and he's part of the ministry, which is something he's actually in a way entitled to actually help you, you know, with the Bible and help you to get the answers that you want, you know. So don't be afraid to go up to these people that are in the ministry, because you know you can be sometimes kind of scared to go up to un obrero ya like a person that it's already like have its ears and you feel like when he talks to you, like it's kind of like hard and like you feel like it's like your dad like punishing you or something. But no, I mean, for if I would talk to you, you know, Jonathan, like I feel like you would talk to me as a friend, you know, because you're my age, you would understand like even the things that I'm going through or something, you know. That's one that I feel like that's something that we should encourage our youth to do that too, you know, go up to someone that is usually our age and you feel that has the answers too. So yeah.
And I think it's not only I think it's not only people like us that are in the ministry,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's also people that you might or that you might see as someone that's very into church.
Yeah.
I know that there's some people not only males but also females, brothers but also sisters that are into church, and
Yeah.
they seem to do all the correct things, and
Exactly. Yeah.
come up to them and have a conversation. Hey, how can I be more committed to God? And I think that would be a very very nice conversation.
Yeah. Exactly. And let's just keep talking about it afterwards, right? Like it's a lot to talk about right now. We're into like 22 minutes already. Almost,
Really?
yeah.
Uh,
So this takes a lot of time. I mean, it's really interesting that what we talk about, right? But yeah. So thank you so much, Jonathan, for taking your
yeah.
time with us. It's a
Uh,
really a privilege to, I mean, interview you. You know, you're one of the big people. You know, you're one of the most like you're one of the big people out there, you know, in LA, you know, like usually it's really a good advice that you give us, you know, to always help us and you're always estás dispuesto to keep going, right? So thank you,
yeah.
Jonathan, and I don't know if you have any other
Thank you.
words.
Thank you, brother Eliseo, for having me on. And also, hermano Eliseo,
Yeah.
brother Eliseo, I don't know if you wanna mention like what is the purpose of this? Because we did it in Spanish, but now we're doing it
Oh
in English.
yeah.
So if you want to explain to our English audience a little bit,
Yeah.
um,
So yeah, so brothers and sisters, usually I started this project to interview how do you say obreros? Int-
interview our the ministry.
yeah, interview the ministry, but not just not all the ministry, but usually the ministry that are the youth. You know, my program is called Don't No te alejes Juventud en español, which is don't go far away, but from who? From God, right? Um, or don't go far away, youth. You know, and we're talking about don't go far away from God because the purpose of this is just to interview youth people that have this experience and they're in the ministry and the thing is that you guys were also doing something like this, right? La Fortaleza, the fortress or the West Coast, or how would you call that in English?
Fortaleza, the West Coast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So La Fortaleza, the West Coast, they're in a way we have the same purpose to interview because they were also interviewing youth that were inside church, you know, and giving their opinions or their maybe their advices, and so we decided to like come together and actually create and in a way apoyarnos, each one of us, right? How do you say apoyar? Um,
Help us out.
oh yeah, to help each other out, right? And to fulfill this purpose. So that's the reason now. Also, that we're also doing it in English now, doing a recap, usually of what you guys missed out, and hopefully you guys can join us on the next live stream or on the next recap, right? Let's call this a recap. What do you think, Jonathan?
I think that's a good idea,
Yeah.
brother. So
So yeah,
recap.
a recap. So you guys are English speakers. You guys can also comment and maybe have questions. You could put them on the comments. So go ahead and subscribe and give a like to. Um, so on the algorithm, you guys we can start showing ourselves as the first one, right? So let's so go ahead and help us out, making sure that we can help out the church and in a way fulfill God's ministry the way He wants, right? So, Brother Jonathan, I guess this is it. I don't know if there's anything else. Maybe you want to mention about the fortaleza.
Well, just with the Fortaleza, keep an eye out, and we have a new team. Our brother Eliseo is part of it. This is one of our first projects that we're working together, and keep an eye out on any other projects out there that are coming up on our social media, Fortaleza y Zona Oeste, on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Go follow us on YouTube, subscribe, like, and share your comments.
Yeah, and make sure you guys turn on that notification bell, right? So you guys can know when it's the next live stream or the next video that comes up. So thank you, Jonathan, and
Thank you, brother Eliseo, and peace be with you.
peace be with you too, sir.